Australia.
Yeah. You see well, that's a great thing about Santa Monica College. It's international. The students are from everywhere, and we meet people from all around the world on this track. And everybody, we're live with Coach Schwartz. Dave, say what's up.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Great.
Now, we have a kind of an empty track now, but just 10 minutes earlier, there was a track club training here and getting their work in. And nice conditions because the sun is covered with these nice clouds, although I can see it breaking up. The sun's going to peep out just for me so I can get my sweat on. But real quick, Dave, give me your impressions of Mikey Garcia, who scored a unanimous decision over Adrian Broner in Brooklyn last night.
You know, for a one-sided fight, I thought it was really good. I was so excited about watching that fight. The week before, when someone asked me who I liked, I had sort of a brain freeze there because I was...
By the way, Brooklyn 5166 says, good morning, gentlemen, and good morning to you,
morning.
Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn was big last night. That was the week before when someone asked me who I liked in that fight,
right.
I was thinking of Danny Garcia.
Right, they said Garcia, Broner, and you just thought Danny Garcia.
Danny, which that was... But, I mean, I totally loved Garcia in this fight. It was an easy fight for him. I mean, Garcia's totally...
Here's a question from Brooklyn. Why didn't Broner let his hands go? Or should we give Garcia credit for that?
I thought Broner fought a real good fight. I mean, considering he came down in the weight, I thought he was in better shape. You know, it was all about he looked so drained. I don't think he looked that drained. I think he really trained to get to that weight. I think Garcia's just a better fighter. He's more disciplined. I mean, I thought Garcia's really good. He's got a whole different deal going in his life than Broner. I thought, considering everything, Broner looked really good. But I gave Broner one round, and then I threw in a round. So
right.
I had it.
That's what I did.
I had it 10-2 at best.
That's what I had.
These guys that had it 116, 112.
Well, what does that tell you, though?
Yeah, no kidding.
That means if Garcia had legitimately only won 7 or 8 rounds, he would have got robbed.
He would have, but it was a good fight.
Rich0671 says, Broner always has the problem of not letting his hands go. And Brooklyn says, ditto. I think so. I think he was being a little bit careful because of the counter-punching prowess of Garcia, and he felt the power.
And I thought
Mr. Boston Man says, I can't believe people still pay. Whatever. I didn't catch that. Mayweather versus McGregor. Who does he have? Oh, come on.
Well, I tell you what. I was going to watch that fight. I'm so turned off now. And it's not.
No, what turned you off? Did you watch like All Access Mayweather McGregor?
I watched parts of it.
I didn't bother, by the way.
And the whole thing is, it's just totally, completely WWE. I don't put him down for it, but I don't take it seriously, and I don't want to watch it. And I don't care who wins. I know who's going to win.
Rich0671 says Garcia is a great fighter.
Garcia's real good, but where does he go from here? Okay. What is it? Can he beat Crawford at 140? Not even close. Not even close.
I think
Can he beat Lomachenko at 135? I don't think so.
Interesting fight, though.
It's a great fight. Yeah. That's a great fight. And
King K100 says Garcia is a beast, and Rich says 135.
135 is his weight. At it took away a little of his power at 140. I thought he fought really, really a good fight. He got tired a little bit. But what a corner he's got. He's got his brother Robert. He's got his dad. He's got the whole thing. This kid he's smart. He's disciplined. He fought an incredible fight.
And King K100 says, Broner the gatekeeper. Laugh out loud. That's okay. Nothing wrong with being a gatekeeper.
Yeah, I like.
He's a high-profile gatekeeper. He'll be a well-paid gatekeeper.
No,
What's the most you would spend on a pay-per-view fight? Mr. Boston Man is asking you this day.
For what?
For a pay-per-view.
A pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I mean, for a Triple G, I'd pay $100.
Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah, for a Triple G fight. You see, this is the thing in England where they get huge pay-per-views. It's like $25 or $30.
Yeah.
And it's also in a package.
Yeah.
So, like the WWE and UFC have these packages where you pay so much a month and then you get a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I think they have to restructure that a little bit.
I think they will. It'll take us some time, but it'll happen.
The thing with the streaming, I mean, last night they had fights ESPN, they had fights on CBS cable, which were.
Netta says miss you guys, by the way.
Oh, Netta.
Via Twitter.
We miss you, Netta.
This guy thinks the Mayweather fight is over $150. I don't think so. I think it's $100. It's like 90 to 100 pay-per-view, I
But
believe.
did you see where the seats aren't selling?
I could be wrong about that, but
They're very disappointed.
the seats are insane.
It's crazy.
It's like, what is it, $15,000?
Yeah, it's $10,000,
Like the ringside-
$15,000.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway,
It's silliness.
it's
silly.
I sort of just got turned off last night. I've been sort of interested, and I thought it was sort of funny, but now I don't think it's funny at all.
It's
Anyway,
just fakery.
and Mayweather, hey, he's doing a good job, though. I mean, he can go right to the WWE,
Sure.
which he has.
Why not?
So, anyway, I was looking forward to last night's fight, and it did not disappoint me. I mean, for a one-sided fight, I thought it was really good. And Broner...
This guy, Rich, asked, when will Crawford go to welterweight? There's no challenges for Crawford at 140, but I think his next fight, which is this month, August 19 in Lincoln, Nebraska, he's fighting Julius Ndongo. That's for all the marbles at 140 pounds. I want to see this fight. Yeah. And after this fight, sure, there's really no one else that can really challenge him or make for a viable, a marketable fight. So at that point, maybe Bud Crawford should step up to 147, but I want to see him become the undisputed champion.
Well, do you think that Garcia would fight Crawford at 140?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you see, there's a fight that Aaron would love to see because Crawford's going to beat him up.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll make that fight.
Yeah, he'll make it for sure.
He'll do it for revenge, and he'll do it to strike a blow to the PBC. But so what?
The final blow?
The final blow, yeah. Right. Will Lomachenko fight Rigo next? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
If anyone sees JP anyplace, you got to put some handcuffs on him and drag him over here. JP, I can't believe you're letting us down, JP. I can't believe it. I do all these guilt trips on him all week, but this week I thought...
You didn't do the guilt. Come on.
No, I didn't think I needed to. But JP, you're letting me down. I can't believe
never
this.
a sure thing.
And JP is so good at this.
The sun is poking out.
Yeah, so...
Hey, so I'm going to turn this over to you, Dave, and start skipping rope.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to see.
Be able to see
you know something?
Yeah.
Do we have time? If we go over to this...
Yeah, let's walk over there.
We're going to walk over. We're going to walk over to where there's no sun.
Yeah.
So I can see... Anyway, God, I just couldn't. I was so excited all day yesterday. I was counting the minutes to that fight.
Yeah, there was a time you weren't that high on Mikey Garcia. He didn't
I never used to be, but somehow...
Yeah, but that was back when he was a featherweight.
His personality changed a little bit.
Well, he's given us a little bit more of his personality.
Yeah, and his desire.
Yeah.
Taking off for those couple years.
It was good for him, right? Will Danny Garcia fight Porter? I hope so. I think that's a good fight.
That's a great fight.
Yeah, I like that fight.
I love all those guys. I mean, they're all great. And
well, the sun's poking back in the clouds, but we're going to be in the shade regardless.
Yeah.
Mikey stepped it up, says Rich, and I agree, Rich. I thought it was definitely his best performance because, this is Chooch. Speaking of WWE, who do you got in SummerSlam? Brock, Joe Roman, or Braun? I don't know, man.
Hey, just one thing. Last week, I talked about I wasn't watching the next round because it's too negative. I guess they listened to me because I listened to it this week, and it was not negative at all, and it was great.
They weren't coming off of an HBO.
Right, and then they had this guy on, the KO ticket guy, who's really good.
Jim Boone.
So here's Broner interview with Jim Gray.
I liked it.
I couldn't really figure out, but hey, Jim Gray's a tough interviewer.
Yeah, he is.
So anyway, I have some questions, Dougie.
Yeah.
And I'm going to concentrate on getting you in. I'm going to do good camera work today.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to give you this day. So let me just tell you, Dougie, last week, you blew everyone away. Oh, my God, I don't know. I mean, you should take insurance out on your brain, really. I mean, it's frightening. And, but it's really good. So I'm going to give you this. July 30th. 1977. It was this guy's last fight. It was in Monte Carlo.
Was he a middleweight champ?
He was.
Carlos Monzon against Rodrigo Valdez.
You got it. Okay,
and that was a rematch.
It was.
And he got dropped for the first time.
Right. You got it.
Hey, do you know how many consecutive fights Carlos Monzon won? Or what his unbeaten streak was? Because he had a very modest start first couple of years. Lost a couple fights, had a bunch of draws. 81 consecutive fights without a loss. And that includes obviously winning the middleweight title from Nino Benvenuti and defending it then a record 14 times.
Against some real good
that
fighters.
record stood until Bernard Hopkins in 2002, I think.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Well,
to have a record stand all throughout the 80s and the 90s, that's pretty good.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, it's the first time he was knocked down, right? What round?
I believe so.
In 13 years. That's okay. What
round?
round?
He had 100 fights.
What round did he get knocked?
Oh, what round did he get knocked down in? I'm going to say early. I'm going to say the first round.
Yeah, second round.
Oh, second round. It was early. But Valdez, a Colombian fighter, he could punch. Yeah, he's underrated.
Okay. What about Marvelous Marvin Hagler?
He's a great middleweight, but I rate Monzon higher than Hagler.
Yeah.
A lot of folks don't like to hear that. Just my opinion.
And we have some kind of connection with Monzon.
We do?
Okay, who was the first fighter to knock down Ray Mercer?
First fighter to drop Ray Mercer, I'm going to say, is Evander Holyfield.
Oh, okay.
I think. Mercer, whoa, what a chin.
I know.
God.
Oh, you're right. You're right. And I can read this. This is incredible.
Yeah. Mercer was a rough, tough cat.
Okay, tell me what round was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
This guy knows.
I haven't watched that fight since it came on.
Okay. Eighth round.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have one here. June 30th, 1979. Okay, it was a WBA welterweight title fight in Chicago. Okay, and the guy who lost the fight had fought like 4 or 5 world champs. You know him.
Yeah, Randy Shields.
You got it.
Going the distance with the great Pepino Cuevas.
You got it.
Mexican-born Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I think Cuevas made 9 or 10 title defenses, most of them by knockout. I was the only guy who went the distance with him, was Randy. Randy was a hell of a boxer.
Oh, Randy was tough.
Yeah, tough, but he could box.
No, he
boxed a brilliant fight against a great fighter.
Was his dad tough?
Probably.
Wow. You know about his dad?
No, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
But most of those guys.
His dad was a real
tough.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, most of those guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so far, Doug, you're doing okay.
All right.
Did Roberto Duran say no? Oh.
Did Roberto
I don't know. Did he say no mas? Yeah, he said no mas.
We got him on camera.
No kidding.
They caught him on film.
Yeah.
He can't deny it.
Okay. How about this one? July 31st, 1982. A 2-round KO was a non-title fight. They were featherweights and maybe lightweights.
What's the year?
1982 in Atlantic City.
1982.
The guy who got knocked out became a pretty famous trainer for a real famous fighter.
This is, what's the month and day?
July 31st, 1982.
And it's a welterweight fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it might have been featherweight.
Oh.
I'm not sure exactly. KO2, the guy who won's all-time great.
Okay. Alexis Arguello stopping guy who trained Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Kevin Rooney.
Exactly.
Whose son is a terrific guy.
Yeah.
Son's involved in boxing. And boxed professionally for a little bit.
Okay.
And he works with one of those promoters on the East Coast. I'm forgetting now.
Okay, here's one. August 2nd, 1980, Detroit.
Oh, by the way, that was a junior welterweight fight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, wait, I can read this. Rooney used to fight in Scranton.
Yeah,
okay?
That's correct.
Yeah. I always liked Rooney.
Yeah.
I liked him.
He was good with Tyson.
Oh, he was.
Wasn't he?
It was a great team.
was
those are big days.
pretty good team. Yeah.
That was exciting.
Hey, Atlantic City misses those Tyson years.
But that's that whole run was exciting as it ever gets.
Tyson made so many fans.
Yeah.
Tyson. I mean, for me, it took Ray Leonard returning and fighting Hagler to bring me back to boxing, to really kind of pique my interest again. But Tyson kept me. And watching Tyson on HBO and then watching the other fighters that were fighting on HBO, in 87, 88, 89, that made me a hardcore fan. And there was still a ton of boxing on network television and obviously basic cable at the time.
Here's this guy says, game over for Tyson when Rooney left. But I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's about when, his manager died, when his trainer died.
Yeah, it was like dominoes.
Hey, but how about this? How about that Tyson's still alive
He is.
and doing better than ever?
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a guy, would you bet anything?
And the thing about Tyson is he's an intelligent dude. He's
very
got
intelligent.
issues, obviously, but he admits it. He's loaded with issues, but I don't know. He's so honest and he deals with it, and I don't know. It makes him strong.
He's very refreshing.
Yeah.
He really is, and he's got he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he is. And he's doing all right.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
He can just live on his name,
Yeah.
But
I watched that here. There's a cartoon called Mike Tyson Mysteries that I watch on Cartoon Network. It's silly. He plays himself.
Yeah.
He does his own voice.
He's got a great
Norm
voice.
Macdonald plays a pigeon.
Yeah. How about
it's completely silly.
His voice and Kevin Rooney's voice?
Yeah.
They both have
There you go.
distinctive voices.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? Detroit WBA welterweight championship, August 2nd, 1980.
August 2nd, 1980. And it's in Detroit.
You got it. You know it. KO2. You know exactly who it is.
And Detroit. Oh, obvious. 1980. Yeah. It's Thomas Hearns knocking out Cuevas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, two great punchers.
Yeah, I know.
But one of them's 6'1",
Yeah.
with a 78-inch wingspan. What do you think's going to happen?
Okay, I'm going to give you this one. Okay.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
Okay. Here's one. In Connecticut, August 2nd, 1997, wins the lightweight title.
1990 what?
1997.
Oh, okay.
Guy you know.
Yeah, Shane Mosley.
Yeah, you got it.
Outpoints Philip Holliday for the IBF lightweight strap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I interviewed Shane for Ring Magazine a couple months before that fight.
And didn't Tom Loeffler have something to do with that?
Yeah. Yeah, he was an advisor
Yeah,
something like that at the time.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Who was on the undercard? A lot of tattoos.
Yeah, Angel Manfredi. I think he fought, might have been Jorge Paez.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good fight, too.
Wait,
That's HBO. Boxing After Dark was Boxing After Dark.
Hey, wait. No.
A lot of folks have a lot of criticism for Lou DiBella, but he did well. He did boxing right with that series. He really did. That was a hell of a series.
Hey, that might be one of your best ones.
Okay, not bad, huh?
I mean, Angel Manfredi, Jorge Paez.
Yeah.
Okay, who won?
Manfredi.
And how?
Stoppage, like 9th round.
Close. 8th round.
Okay, I knew we went some rounds. Yeah.
Okay, well.
But they fought. I mean, they fought in the pocket.
You blew that whole thing. You missed the round, Dougie.
Yeah. I mean, that's past prime Paez.
Okay, now here's one. This guy's birthday, August 4th, 1955.
He was born in 55?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, he was a heavyweight. He got completely screwed by Peter Brody in a business deal. He got knocked out by Arian Barkley at the Hollywood Palladium.
South African.
And
Jerry Coetzee.
Yeah. And I was
Where's our guy? We usually have a resident South African boxer running around here, Chris Van Heerden. Yeah.
So,
he took over Peter Brody's club show in the Valley.
In Woodland Hills.
Yeah, I used to go to Peter's shows, and then when Jerry took over, he didn't do it right.
No, he didn't know
He
how
tried
to
to glam it up. Yeah.
He didn't know how to do it. So,
No, it's not easy.
okay,
Promotion.
so the fight at the Hollywood Palladium, I was there.
Cool.
And it was a huge upset. I mean, that was an easy fight for Cote, and he got knocked out by her. Okay, who was
Barkley's not a heavyweight, and he was way past his prime. Totally shot-born.
Totally.
But he's so freaking tough.
Who else was on that card?
Carlos Palomino.
And who did he fight?
Pushing 50.
Who did he fight?
Was it Rene Arredondo?
Yeah, you got it. So what was that? So that was when Carlos Palomino had the 3 fights leading up to the Rivera fight.
That's right.
Okay.
Which was at the Olympic.
I was there.
Yeah, so was I.
Was that? I got to tell you.
And that's like that's his glory house too. And had that fight been scheduled for 15 rounds instead of 10 rounds,
I know
I like the old man's chances.
Hey, that's the greatest exhibition of boxing I have ever seen.
It's one of the greatest athletic endeavors I've ever seen.
A guy off for 17 years comes back and is competitive.
And just has 2 or 3 tune-ups before he fights a legit top 10 contender, a guy who gave Pernell Whitaker fits. A ring-rated welterweight, a dude who's almost 50, gets in there and goes 10 rounds and wins rounds 8, 9, and 10. And looked like he was just warming up when the final bell rang. You know?
And that's how he fought, though.
Sure.
Every fight, even when in his prime, he'd lose the first.
He's one of the all-time great 15-round fighters.
Yeah.
That distance was perfect for him. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. You know, in his first title defense, he knocked out Armando Muniz in the 15th round. And Jack Fisk, who was an incredible boxing writer, said it was the single best fight he had ever seen in his life.
Yeah, Fisk, a great boxing writer. Wasn't he a San Francisco Chronicle?
Yeah, he was,
Wow. And he was kind of reclusive, too.
Totally.
Not the most social guy, but he would talk to you.
And then the rumor was that he had died.
Yeah.
And then I get a phone call. Hey, Dave, Jack Fisk. Oh, my God, I couldn't believe it. He woke up for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
He was in some home in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And called up.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was really good. That was great. Okay, so Dougie, this is incredible.
How are we doing on time?
I have no clue.
Probably hit half an hour.
So
time
anyway,
flies when you're having a good time.
No, this is Dougie. I can't even believe it. I put some of these in just as a joke, and you got them all.
All right. Yeah.
That's just incredible.
I got 100% on my test.
Better than 100%.
Do I get a little sticker?
I got just one last one.
Okay.
Wait, here's a question. Dougie knows boxing. No kidding. Okay. Okay, here's August 4th, 1988. Supposedly the last 15-round fight, but it really wasn't.
This is probably another Paez fight.
Yeah.
This is Paez's IBF feather title-winning effort, and what an effort it was, against Calvin Grove.
Right.
Yeah, and that was in Mexico, right? That was in Mexicali.
Mexicali.
So get this, Grove, sensational boxer. He'd be popular today because skills, slick and skills and talked a good game. He was winning that fight. And the only way Paez could win that fight, we thought, was by knockout. And Paez almost knocked him out in the last round. He dropped him 3 times. So he had a 10-6 round on all 3 scorecards, and that was enough to have him win a close decision on points. I'm sure it didn't hurt that he was in Mexicali, you know what I mean? But he was losing the fight after 14. And by the way, people, go and check out footage of both Calvin Groves and Jorge Paez, because they were sensational featherweights, and Paez was badass enough to take his talent and experience up to the lightweight division, where he was a legit contender, and actually gave Pernell Whitaker a competitive fight. An all-time great fighter, gave him a competitive fight.
So what...
the little clown prince of boxing.
What network was that fight on?
Ooh, boy. I'm just going to guess. I'm going to say NBC. Oh, ABC? CBS. USA Network. Okay. Well, I know Paez had like a 3 or 4 fight deal with NBC.
Yeah.
And he did. Yeah. Paez did great ratings, everybody. He did terrific ratings on every platform, and always sold tickets.
Who knocked him out with 1 punch?
More than a few people knocked him out with one punch. But remember, as a kid, Kid Vegas, Augie Sanchez knocked him out with a single left hook, which was kind of. I was there for that fight. It was scary. I was in Vegas at the Hilton, and he retired after that fight, and then unretired like 3 months later.
The one I'm thinking about, he was on the undercard of a James Toney.
Oh yeah. Well, Oscar De La Hoya blasted him. Yeah, that's prime De La Hoya at lightweight. De La Hoya was a scary lightweight, man. Yeah. He could crush. He could crack your cranium, man. You know.
Anyway, Dougie, you outdid yourself again. Unbelievable. No, this is. I can't get over it. It's really good. So, you want to? What do you think about safe driving?
I think it's the most important thing. Don't even have your phone out, you know, unless you're using it as a GPS, but even have the voice on. You don't want to keep staring at the screen while you're driving around. Most important thing is just be hyper aware. Like have that 360-degree peripheral vision. You know, always be aware of what's around you, but don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Don't be impetuous. Be real courteous. Let people come in. You know, don't try to catch lights. You know, you'll get there on time. It won't be that bad.
You know, I have an idea about that. When you get in your car and you're going to drive, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And really think this over about safe driving.
Shake it off, whatever it is.
I mean,
shake
it's so important.
Off. Yeah.
And sort of like, you know, hypnotize yourself.
Yeah.
That you're going to be a safe driver and nothing else. I mean, that's all you can think about.
Be like a boxer
driving.
in the dressing room, you know, where they got to get steely focused before they walk in there and ply their very dangerous craft.
I mean, you got to just take a second and think it over, you know, and
if you can, during the week, take naps. Don't overeat.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. Drink lots of water. Chew your food carefully.
Be positive.
Be positive.
Love everybody.
Love everybody.
And everything.
And everything. And always take the high road.
Hey, thanks, Dougie. You were incredible.
All right.
Again.